Fallen Dynasty review, my fair review. I use many different names during my runs for Wolong, like Nioh 3, Nioh for mobiles, Nioh 2 DLC, Sekiro from AliExpress, and my favorite one, Nioh Wannabe Sekiro. Downgrade. This Wolong is huge downgrade to Nioh games, and there is no way for me to do this review without comparing Wolong to Nioh and Sekiro. I don't even know why changing the name into Wolong here. Weird decision. It looks like this game took less than a year to make. Let's rate it properly as it deserves. First section is the story. Cringe, cringe, and triple cringe. Mega bad writing, silly scripts, stupid cinematics, and there are over 60 cinematics in the game. Loopholes everywhere. I could write a better story 30 years ago when I was 5 years old, and it would be more realistic than this one. I get it that people in China or Japan are used to this writing, but bloody hell, it's hilarious how stupid it is. At least for me here in Europe it is. In Nioh 1 it was okay, in Nioh 2 it was hilarious, in Nioh 3, and I mean Wolong, it was irritating. 1 out of 10 for the story. Next section would be game bugs and optimization. I don't know where to begin. Crashes, bugs, and glitches galore. Stutters, screen flickering, unstable FPS, and my favorite, input lag. I died over 100 times cause the game just ignores to recognize the buttons I'm pressing, or it detects what I pressed a second later. If there is a candidate for garbage performance and optimization, then it's Wolong. And here is the funniest part now. Game came out in 2023 and it looks like it came out in 2013, and it works like garbage. It's just straight unforgiving. 1 out of 10 for game bugs and optimization. Next section is game time. It took me exactly 30 hours to 100% this huge Nioh 2 DLC. If you wanna chase achievements and New Game Plus, then around 60 to 70 hours is needed to finish. That of course depends on who's playing the game too. This game is worth it for around $10 in this state, and luckily it's available on a Game Pass. Now how they steal game time is a different topic. Reuse maps and buses everywhere. In reality there is around 4 hours of fresh newly invented gameplay content in Wolong, and of course around 4 hours of new garbage cinematics in total. This game overstays its welcome and wastes your time by force. 3 out of 10 for game time. Next section would be game difficulty. A lot of people complain about difficulty spikes in Wolong, but those are people that don't know how to play with parry and counter. And of course, enraged people that don't realize there is input lag in the game for the same parry and counter. Reality is, this is the easiest game in the franchise. One trick pony. You know how to parry, you're good to go. Out of 30 plus bosses in the game, I killed 25 of them on the very first attempt. Most of my deaths came from classic enemies and of course stutters and input lag. There is a challenge to finish this one, don't get me wrong here, but it's a very small challenge and it's a huge chore. You want a Souls-like, there are plenty of better ones than Wolong. You want parry and sneak in a Souls-like, Sekiro is the game for you, not Wolong. 5 out of 10 for game difficulty. Next section would be maps and graphics. Main world map of China where you pick your missions. No minimap in the game, great looking UI and HUD. Copy-paste simplified version of Nioh's UI and HUD. The worst main hub in the Souls-like history. As far as graphics go, this game looks like it came out 8 to 10 years ago. That's how bad it is. Face animations, textures, shadows, backgrounds, lack of detail, I don't know what's worse. Now, the funniest part, there are at least 100 reused assets from Nioh maps. They just switch colors. Classic, insulting cash grab. Easy money for a few months of work. 4 out of 10 for maps and graphics. Next section would be gameplay. I said at the start, it's Nioh Wannabe Sekiro. 99% the same game as Nioh 2, in exploration, combat, mechanics, enemies, bosses, with one small change. In Nioh, you use block and roll dodge, and in Wolong, you'll be spamming parry non-stop, like in Sekiro. You won't be spamming parry in a good way like in Sekiro, by the way. This one is really special Wolong, special grab. Should I also say how you can't stagger enemies and you will always get exhausted after receiving one hit. You sit for 2 seconds in spot, doing exactly nothing at all. Yeah, that's the gameplay for you. You miss your parry, you're dead. You miss parry multiple times in a row cause of the input lag and stutters, you're mad. Aside from all reused assets and mechanics, I want to find one good and innovative thing in this game, but I just can't, it doesn't exist. 4 out of 10 for gameplay. Next section would be leveling and itemization. Copy-paste Nioh in Wolong here too, only with different names for stats, weapons, armor sets and spirits. You will collect 10 million useless items that you'll never use, 10 million useless consumables that you'll never use, and you will duck down to collect and waste time for all 10 million items in a game. Now look at it like this, 2 seconds to loot one item multiplied with 10 million useless items. Now, how much time do you waste there? Do the count. I finished the game on level 99, didn't care about details at all, cause no matter what type of build you play, magic, melee or ninja, if you miss parry, you gonna die. It's simple as that. Zero balancing, plenty of options, and none of them impact the gameplay. The only thing that matters is your input lag parry. All weapons and armor sets had way much more detail and charm in Nioh than in Wolong. In Wolong, everything looks and sounds like crap. Weapons, armor sets, everything is just straight disgusting. So, in short, bunch of things to do, and at the end there is zero impact on gameplay. 3 out of 10 for leveling and itemization. Next section would be NPCs and enemies. Xiao Min, Shun Tsung, Bun Bun, Lu Fun, Ron Dun, Zun Moon, Qin Shin, Xin Jon. That's how NPCs sound to me. Yellow dragon, black snake, blue monkey, green frog, purple turtle. That's how spirits and enemies sound to me. Reused assets on all enemies and bosses in the game. 5 cool bosses in total that are a rip-off from Souls-likes. Lubu, Wizard Bitch, and the final boss are well done fights. Aside from that, everything else is trash. Irritating NPCs, hilarious NPCs to be more precise. On the good side now, AI is quite solid, at least that's okay. Enemy variety is also solid, but what's the point when we already seen them all in Nioh games? 5 out of 10 for NPCs and enemies. The last section would be music and sound. Solid main theme, forgettable music, great sound effects, and hilarious voice acting. 6 out of 10 for music and sound. Final verdict. We got 31 points in 9 sections, and that would be 3.4 out of 10 for Nioh 3, Nioh 2 DLC, Nioh from AliExpress, Wannabe Sekiro in China, aka Wolong Fallen Dynasty. Probably the biggest flop and disappointment in 2023. A good candidate, to be honest. Instead of an upgrade, we got huge, unoptimized, repetitive and outdated Souls-like here. It's a shame. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching.